Okay, so this is where we left off with the muscles of the back last time. And we've already started to carve out areas like this. You can see it's starting to happen in here for where our lats are. And where our neck starts to come up and down around because it comes up to the front and it attaches to the clavicle. And we haven't tackled that area. And this image is missing other parts that we're going to add, like fatty areas, or we haven't shaped the butt yet, or the edge. We have this really nice Venus line that comes down here through the back, and we have to further sculpt out our that cut that comes in that narrows out our obliques. So we have a lot of work still left to do on the back, and that's kind of going to be the focus on this video. Okay, so let's further continually push our lat shape. So I'm going to go ahead and start to pull this down, sort of like the image that we were looking at. I'm going to use my clay build-up here. And again, I'm just going to come all the way down here and smooth this out. We start to get this sort of shape that looks like this. And start to smooth out just that. And what I'm looking to get is a shape that looks like this. Comes around the vertebrae of the neck. It's the most exposed one. Comes in, down, and then back into the back. So that's sort of the open, and it's a little wide. We have to go less than that, but so let's smooth this out a little bit. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go ahead and start to just carve in that lower part of the back, just so we can kind of see that a little bit better, and then build up to it. And we'll polish it with our polish brush and all that. So when we look at it from the front, I'm just kind of continuously sort of adding to this area. I think I'm going to go ahead and carve in this armpit a little bit more. Round out the rib cage a little bit better. I know it might seem like I'm spending a lot of time on the lats. It's just I want to get this view that I have going on here. This really clean, nice curve. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hide a good chunk of this guy. Carving into that armpit area. Same thing here. We've got to round out his chest a little bit. He's kind of flat here. So we can do that later, even with the move topology. We can go back in and just really push out and push in certain areas. Same thing with his abdomen. And we'll do a whole video where we go back and just clean this guy up. Remember, a lot of this stuff is just kind of notes from what I'm seeing in my head and from characters I've made in the past. So when I go back and we make other consecutive videos on anatomy, I might take a different approach. Okay, what I'm noticing is that It's a little harsh here, so let me clean this area up a little bit for his obliques. Look at it from the front. And I am spending a lot of time just sort of focusing on this front area here. Same thing here. This should be a nice curve. Nice curve there. Alright, let's smooth out the entire back. What I'm going to do is I want to go ahead and Dynamesh this so that it gets rid of a lot of the nonsense information. So under Dynamesh, I might go to, let's try 512. And let's unhide everything and then just Dynamesh it. And I might go 1024. And then we'll go ahead and Dynamesh that. And I like that. That brings me down to another, like a nice, you could see clean subdivision level. Let me smooth that out a little bit. I can look at his back, his sides. It's not too busy. I can still sculpt on it. Pretty good. And I do this quite often. Like I like to work in my lows and just keep building out the silhouette. And then I could always subdivide it, make it higher, you can see. So I'm liking the way that looks. Let me divide it one more time. So I've got that little bit of geometry. Like this. Alright, let's take a look at further developing out the back. Okay, so what I want to do now is work on the traps. So they're going to come all the way from up here, and they wrap around to the front, connect to the clavicle, and then come back down. So it's really this whole area here. If I mask this out, it comes down like this, and then back, and then it connects to our clavicle in the front. So we're going to have to do some shaping. Same thing with the chest. We might have to let's just further define that clavicle a little bit better. Like this, just kind of accentuating that, so you can kind of see how that goes. Okay, so if our clavicle is here, what it does is it reaches around, our trapezius wraps around. I'm attaching it to our clavicle up here. Wraps around this way to the back of the neck. And this is where we, like they'll say, oh, this guy's got big traps. Well, this is where you have to be careful. Let me just subdivide that one more time so you can kind of see it a little bit better. Again, this is, and it actually goes, like I was saying before, it goes up to the back of the neck here, wraps around to the front, comes down here, and goes down to the center of the back. Again, I'm just trying to capture that shape. I'm going to go back in here and further break up this area. I'm just holding Alt here. Alright, I want to really define that trap where the traps and the clavicle meet. Alright, I'm going to end the video here. I just want to make sure that we really emphasize and get this shape sort of right here. Alright, we'll continue to work on the back in the next video.